All right, yeah, Frank here with Doomed and Stoned. I'm here with Windhand. How you guys doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Excited to be here?
Of course, yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
No jet lag, nothing like that?
No, I
Not
slept
this
it off
time.
last night.
Yeah. All right, so let's get right into it. So you guys just came back from Australia not so long ago. Can you guys talk about your experiences out there?
It was fun. The trip over was kind of really exhausting. It was like 37 hours in transit, so
Oh my
like,
God.
It's the worst jet lag you could ever
Yeah.
possibly have.
And then
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys slept a lot after that, huh?
well, we had to do like an in-store as soon as we got there, pretty much.
yeah.
So
Like a signing?
no,
No,
well,
we
like,
played.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
The play in store.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was awesome.
It was fun.
And
Yeah.
Tim's guitars.
Okay. Have you guys done an in-store before that, or?
I think so. Maybe
So
Steady
we've
Sound sort
played
of.
in stores.
Yeah.
We played in record stores before, but they were actually shows. So,
Like shows?
Yeah.
Full-fledged shows?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was there, how was the attendance to that?
At the older ones,
Yeah.
they were pretty well attended. They were for friends that had record stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the first one we did was they had to move our show there because something happened at the venue and they couldn't find a place to have the show, so they just moved it into the record store. So yeah, it was fun.
Okay. Alright, so you guys go from holding koalas and playing with animals to coming here to the concrete jungle. How do you guys? So you guys have pretty much been Europe and back, and do you guys enjoy playing out there more or here? Or just, how do you guys feel about that?
I don't think I don't know. I personally don't like any one place particularly more because it's all different. I like to go different places. So.
So in terms of attendance, I want to say maybe there's a lot more hardcore Doom fans out there in Europe than here. Are you guys seeing that in attendance at shows? Or?
It's pretty similar, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are pretty well followed, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know if it's even the sort of like Doom people. We kind of cross over in a few different. I see like a lot of people like recently with like typo negative shirts and shows and stuff like that. I think we're kind of like crossing into that area. So,
Saw some children at our in-store in Australia.
Yeah,
Sort of
there was like
yeah.
young kids.
You guys are somewhat of a band that I remember when I first had heard your stuff. Like, you guys are pretty like not really well known, and then all of a sudden within like a month or two, things just spiked. And I was just like, holy crap, you guys blew up. Do you guys have you guys noticed that at shows like when you guys first started, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the audience is bigger.
Yeah.
I don't really notice. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't pay attention, and I don't mean that like in like a shitty like I literally am in my own world like all the time, like obsessing about nerdy crap. So like I don't
like what?
just movies or pedals or eBay stuff or whatever. So like I don't really notice, but yeah, it's definitely like even like the first time we came out to the West Coast, like I didn't think there was going to be anybody at the shows because I didn't think anybody would. And that was like over a year ago.
I remember that show.
And like
my buddies played with you guys.
There
feels
was like
longer ago than that.
Yeah,
for
it
some
was.
reason.
Seems like it was years ago, and it was like I mean we played at I think the Complex, and it was pretty packed. Like I mean, even like the shows in like Oakland and San Francisco was sold out.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We'd never been out to the West Coast before.
Yeah, it's a little strange. I want to say like within the last 4 years maybe, the core fan bases of what we call Doom and Stoner music have popped up out of nowhere. And I remember going to shows and there was only like 5-10 people in the crowd. And I remember when I went to your guys' show, my buddies played with you guys, and you know, at the time, you guys were, that was your first time out here.
Yeah.
The show was packed, and I was like, holy crap, something's happening, and I like it. So, yeah, I think you guys have helped also, I want to say, bring that more fans into it, because a lot of the people that follow you are not necessarily Doom fans.
Yeah.
So,
Which is good.
Yeah. So you guys have, today is the release show for the
Split.
Split,
Yeah.
right? Can you guys tell me some more about that? Or?
I just think it just is it really. I guess it is the release.
Yeah.
I guess it does.
I think people have gotten it before now.
Yeah,
but,
a lot of people have it. And so I haven't seen it.
Well,
yet.
today they're going to be available.
Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't seen them. We
Yeah,
don't
we
have
haven't
them
seen
yet,
them
so.
physical copies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you guys are a little anxious about that?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see what they look like. So.
In terms of recording, I know you had told me that you played around with the recording a lot of it. Can you talk about that?
As far as I just did the recording again, I've done all our recordings up to this point, so it wasn't any different than anything else we've ever done. Just did it in the practice space.
Some of the comments that we see online about it are people are saying that some of your leads are a little bit more prominent in it.
Yeah.
Did that just happen, or?
There's certain things I do in the recordings that I set out to do, but like things like leads being loud or anything like that's just
you didn't do that intentionally.
That's totally not. It's probably just because I needed to get it done really fast, and I just like was like, all right, I gotta mix this, and just did it and took it home, listened to it. I was like, all right, this is cool. Like,
well, regardless, it sounded great. So
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a lot of the recording stuff is just like happy accidents. Like they just.
Well, it works out, right?
I haven't heard it since we recorded it.
I haven't really.
Really?
I haven't really. I think I kind of put it away after we recorded it and didn't listen to it again because we were playing it live.
So that song will be played today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've been playing it. We started playing it on the September tour. Were we playing it?
Yeah, I think so. To Canada.
So it's got some few runs there in Australia.
Yeah.
It's actually an old song. That song's like 4 years old.
Really?
I always forget that.
Yeah, it was written like it was. What's funny, I told Daniel, the guy that put the record out, that song was actually like written on Halloween of 2010. Like I came home after a Halloween party and had the riffs. So it's funny that it's coming out on a record for
It's
Halloween.
gonna be on Soma, right?
Yeah, it got
Thinking about putting it on
it got
Soma.
tossed around a bunch. Like it kind of was there, and then it wasn't, and it was there, and then it kind of we changed a couple things in it and like used it for the split. So
Well, I'd say it's a killer track. So
Thank you.
thank you guys for delivering that.
yeah.
So another frequent talked about thing is your lyrical content. I do a kind of a little fun fact segment on our Facebook page where I drop some little known facts about bands. And one time you had told me that most of the time you write the name of you name the song ahead of time and before the lyrical content is done. So can you guys talk a little bit more about that? Like, because that's one of the biggest talked about things about Windhand all over the internet is what are you singing about and what are you saying?
The songs never really have anything to do with the titles. I don't think they ever have.
Ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
well, Burlesque sort of. I guess.
I think Evergreen. Don't you actually?
Well,
say?
yeah, Evergreen.
I mean, that's like the only one.
But I picked that title, so it's different.
Yeah, that's. I like for me, like because I don't write lyrics at all. I'll just like have a name that I think sounds like it's either something I've read or something I saw in a movie. It's just something whatever I'm into. If I find something, I'll be like, oh, that's a cool name. I'll jot it down in a notebook or something. And then like I'll have a riff, and maybe sometimes like the name, I'll be like, oh, that kind of sounds like that riff would go with that name. And then sometimes I'll just name it, and then she just writes lyrics.
Whatever you're doing, it works because all the song titles are pretty memorable for me, and I think everybody else.
We kind of I think we've kept them
short,
all like
dude,
short,
yeah.
like one word. Like, do we have any songs that?
Oh, Forest Clouds.
Forest Clouds, yeah. Like, and like
Winter Sun.
even like that, like that's Forest Clouds is a piece of a line from a Bob Dylan song. Like that, I always liked the way it sounded, like the way the words, like Forest Cloud, like I don't know. So I totally ripped it off.
That's something you've mentioned to me before. Also, you said a lot of your influences don't come from the heavy metal spectrum. Can you guys elaborate more on that?
Probably most of them don't come
Yeah,
from
most of them don't,
Really?
which is really funny.
What are some of the things that you guys that are very influential to you?
Books.
Books?
Yeah.
What's your favorite book?
That's like, what's your favorite band?
Give me a couple.
That'd be your territory.
I like House of Leaves. That book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right now.
Okay. You're a movie guy, huh?
Movie. I read some comic books sometimes.
Oh yeah. Any in particular you're reading right now?
I'm not really reading anything right. I don't read anything new. I just
You're
find old
guy?
stuff like Batman: The Killing Joke. Like that's like my favorite comic ever. And anything by Alan Moore, just because his stuff's pretty dark and adult.
Yeah.
So I don't really read new stuff. But I just movies. I like old movies, real old movies.
That's cool. So for Dorthia, I know this might sound weird to you, but you're considered one of the better frontmen or front woman in this case for a band.
That was weird.
Oftentimes you're. I don't know if you guys are familiar with some of like the other bands out there, like Witch Mountain and stuff like that. Oftentimes you're compared to the other female vocalists and considered like, let's start the year from Windhand. Do you feel any sort of pressure about that, or do you just not pay attention?
I think that stuff is different. I mean, you know, she's really talented. I think, you know, most, I don't know, like Jex Thoth we played with in California last time we were here. She's an amazing singer. I mean, I think that she's a lot better than me, I would say.
Really?
Yeah.
I think some of it has to do with like, you're not your stereotypical, like, I guess you don't try to be very ingrained in imagery, I guess.
Yeah.
So it makes you like, it's Dorthia.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not as mystical as some of these ladies.
No, but because you don't try to be, it makes you that way.
I think that's kind of been like the whole thing with our band from the beginning, is that
secrecy or mystery.
There was all this like, we built up this huge mystery about the band because we just didn't do anything. We just didn't do interviews, and we didn't
because we're quiet.
We're quiet because I mean, except for Ryan, everybody's pretty introverted in the band.
I've seen him do a few things myself where I'm just like, this guy must be a blast to hang around with.
That's pretty funny.
You guys got any Ryan stories?
A lot.
I mean,
tell me.
Can we talk shit right now?
I mean, you would have way more than I would. You know.
Go for it. Tell us one.
I don't know. He poops his pants a lot.
Throws up on stage.
Yeah.
Really?
Not so much anymore. It happened like about a month or so ago.
Like while playing?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
In the beginning, it used to happen all the time.
He gets that.
Yeah. But he never stops. He just throws up.
It's not like not because he's like drink. It just happens sometimes.
He gets nervous.
He gets so excited.
I don't know if it's nerves or what, or you know.
He doesn't seem like a nervous guy. He just seems like he's always really trying to have fun or whatever.
Yeah. I think a lot of the times it's just like stages get so hot, you know.
Yeah. He doesn't like
dehydration.
Yeah. Got sick in Pittsburgh. Like the club was just like, because you can smoke inside in Pittsburgh, so there was like, the show was like sold out, and like everybody in there was smoking, and it was so hot. There's no AC in there, so it was just like a sweat box of cigarettes.
Everybody hotboxed
and we literally ate Chinese food like right before we played, and like he just barfed like.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes it worse. Yeah. So we talked about more like about the mystery behind the band. Like you guys, I guess you guys, it's not really intentional, right?
We're just it's not like.
See, I think some of it has to do with like Parker, for example. The way he doesn't say anything. Does that guy ever speak to anyone?
Yeah.
He's very quiet. I like on stage or when I see him out on the merch booth, he's very quiet. I don't know. I guess everything, the cards were right? You guys Like your mystique level is somewhat like of an electric wizard type of thing.
Really?
I think so.
I think it's
people ask questions about you, like, who are you guys? What do you do?
I think part of it is, I mean, we're also not just like we're not a band that's a bunch of people that's like, hey, look at us, we're in a band. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's just like something we like to do.
Yeah.
It's not like, you don't need attention just because you're in a band.
Yeah.
We would be doing this in obscurity.
Yeah, we'd still be. I mean, we were doing it before, like,
Yeah.
just at the practice space. I mean, it's not, we just be recording songs. It's not like,
Things
it's
happen,
not,
right?
it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah, so nothing's intentional.
No, there's not, I mean, there's some stuff, but.
Like, we don't publish our lyrics on purpose.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some stuff we like to keep secret.
If I had like $1 for every time somebody asked me, hey, do you know what Dorthia is saying in this song?
If they asked me in person, I would tell them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go, fans. If you want to know what she's saying, go ahead and ask her. So you wrote an acoustic bit for the second album. Was that all written by you, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you normally do like your own music on the side? Or
Yeah.
You do? Can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that?
I've always done like sort of a folky thing by myself, even before like I joined Windhand. So it's kind of like we were doing a double album, so we needed to fill up a little bit more space too, and just kind of happened, sort of last minute thing.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks that mellows things out before the heaviness comes back in, you know. So it works out really well.
We just don't want to be just a heavy band.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like Led Zeppelin had heavy songs, they had happy songs, they had acoustic songs,
That's
they
right.
had
Yeah.
funky songs, like they had all, it was a mixed bag. It all worked. Just
Yeah.
like whatever they were working on at the time is what went on a record.
Yeah, I think our next album will probably be even more like that.
Yeah, the next one's probably gonna be a pretty mixed bag.
Is that in the works right now? Or?
Oh yeah, we have to have it. We're writing it now. It has to be, we're recording it in March.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So when do you guys expect it to be out? Like just
It'll be out like probably
Fall?
this time next year.
Oh my god. I'm excited already.
That's awesome.
Do you guys have you written any lyrics around it, or? See, this is a
Yeah.
weird question because I don't know what you're saying. So, is there a lyrical content behind the whole thing, or are you just
We just do it song by song.
Song by song.
We got a couple so far.
so no concept around the whole thing itself?
I think eventually there's always like
There's
some
there's
themes
always like
that
a
reoccur.
loose
Yeah,
thing.
just naturally.
But no storytelling as far as the whole album being
I don't know
a.
yet. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Oh,
There's definitely like some idea. There's definitely there's a something, but I don't know
Yeah.
if that's even.
I feel like there's always like a mood always emerges, and that's themes come about because of that.
oh, totally.
Yeah.
So, here at Day of the Shred, I want to say, being American and looking at those, I have a lot of friends from Europe, so when I look at their, hey, I'm going to this show, and I look at it and they have like everyone I like ever on those bills. You guys have been there and been here. Do you think that this type of festival is more reminiscent of what they're doing over there in Europe?
Yeah, there's a lot more of this over there.
Yeah.
Like it's fairly common over there
There's a lot
to
of
have stuff
It's
like
like one
this
every
go
other
on.
weekend or something.
Yeah,
over
it's
there.
pretty common, and they're all,
Especially like around like
well.
late summer, right? Or
Yeah.
spring, late summer, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have too much of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of Americans that are just like, I want to go to Wacken or whatever.
Yeah.
Once in my life, and these people live like right there.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a special thing for us. So I want to thank you guys.
Special for us too,
Yeah.
because we don't get to do this stuff
Yeah.
like over here that much.
Well, you guys did the Maryland Death Fest.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big show. I think it's getting bigger in name. How did you guys like that, playing that?
It was fun.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's weird playing so early
Yeah,
in
it's
the
really
day.
early. It's like,
Bright sunlight, but
I think we were like the first band that day. I think it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Was that the year it rained?
No, it wouldn't
It was
rain.
the year after, I think it rained.
The year before, yeah.
Yeah, well, the year before, yeah.
You fortune teller.
Yeah, I always see footage, like, stuff, and I remember a friend had gone and he was like, yeah, Windhand was like, shit. So,
It's cool.
yeah. So do you guys like the East Coast or the West Coast better?
Both. I can't say.
I don't know. I like coming out here
Yeah?
a lot. Like,
Well, you guys are from...
we're from the East Coast,
Yeah.
so it's like we see that all the time. And there's, I mean, like the scenery out here, I like it that. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, driving, even when you drive from like the Northwest all the way down, it's just
beautiful.
like everything. I mean, it's not like that on the
Seems
East
like
Coast.
there's a lighter mood on the West
Yeah.
Coast. I'm sure it's cliche, but
Yeah.
Not at all. I don't think so. Because for somebody like me, I'm from LA, all we see, like I said, is the concrete jungle out here. So when you go up north and you see all that nature, you know, it's really, and I think it goes well with your music.
I think so too.
So
We're nobody in the band is a city person. We all
Yeah.
grew up in like real rural areas.
Oh, yeah?
I grew up in a town of 300
Yeah.
oh really?
300 people, yeah.
So does everybody know? Hey, Garrett's in a band.
I think people know, but I don't know. I mean, my family knows.
Yeah.
But sure, people that from high school see it on
Like on your Facebook,
and
yeah.
They know. I've had a couple of people that I didn't like so much in high school, like, get a hold of me and,
Really?
yeah,
All of a sudden, huh?
they're like out of nowhere. But,
All of a sudden, everybody wants to be friends with you.
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So, in terms of touring, because you guys are not out there like nonstop. It seems like you guys.
Past couple of years, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are really active in touring. Are you guys planning to continue that, or?
I don't know.
Next year is probably going to be a little low key.
A little chiller?
We're going to tour out to, because we're going to record in Seattle in March.
All the way out there, huh?
Yeah, so we're going to do a tour
Around it.
around it. So we're going to we're going to tour south through, you know, down through Texas and then the Southwest and then up the West Coast to Seattle because it'll be warmer.
Okay.
And then record for 2 weeks and then play some shows on the way home.
Okay.
So
I'll be seeing you again.
you'll be seeing us.
I'll be there.
You'll be seeing us probably sometime in late February.
March, yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's anything after that, I have no idea
I'm
because
sure
then
we'll have to promote it like in the fall when it comes out.
yeah, I mean
but-
after that it'll come out in the fall, so then we'll start another album cycle and it'll be
Oh, trust me, everybody will know.
yeah. It's,
Your fans are. Just look at your Facebook page. You got people always posting their vinyls
Yeah.
and whatnot. So you guys have a pretty dedicated fan base.
yeah. It's just weird to have fans.
Lucky.
It's
Yeah.
weird, yeah, it's weird, you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
one
you
of the
know,
things I like to focus on with our page is talking about that underground aspect of being a musician. A lot of people out there don't know how hard it is to be in a band sometimes. And in the early days, you know, when you're unsigned, you have to spend your own money. And can you guys talk about those days? Like,
they're still happening.
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's great. You
Yeah.
guys can talk about that.
I mean, there's still.
We've never had a bad tour. I don't even
we
think
never
our
had,
first
like-
one was bad.
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as that stuff, we've never had like a really horrible tour. As
Never
far as
lost
anything.
money or
Yeah, I
never-
mean, it's
yeah.
always been. We've had pretty good runs with tours. Like, I mean, things happen here and there, but you know.
It's more or less just funny stories about where you have to stay afterwards.
Yeah.
And, like, weird.
Really?
days.
Like
Yeah.
what? You got one for me? Tell me about.
I don't know. I feel bad
Funny
calling
tour
anybody
story.
out.
Yeah, I don't know if I should. We are.
Just don't say names.
It's just sometimes, kind of in a nutshell, I guess. Like sometimes people want you to stay with them
Because they think you're gonna party.
because they think you're gonna party, and
But we're not really that kind of band, you know?
I mean,
Oh yeah.
people like to hang out and get loose sometimes, but a lot of times after you've been driving like all day
just wanna
long,
sleep.
and then you have to play a show and move equipment and stuff, you just want to go to bed. You want to eat something and then just go to bed. and a lot of times you stay with like, I mean, I'm 40, all right, so like sometimes like you go to some kid's house and like they want to hang out all night long, and it's like I want to go to bed. Like I don't have that kind of stamina anymore.
There's been an instance where we were staying with people one time, and they got like, or one of the people we were staying with got really mad at us because we wouldn't, like, we didn't want to stay up and drink. Yeah, I got really mad.
Really? Yeah, that's another interesting thing that I always find funny is that the more and more contact I've had with musicians, the more and more I start to realize, dude, they're just regular people like me and you. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I have both of you added on Facebook, so I always see like you're like you're just at home, you know, chilling with family and whatnot.
You know? I mean, I really like the only reason I actually use Facebook is because so that my mom can see pictures.
Yeah, my grandparents do the same thing.
Yeah, like I don't use. I'm trying to figure out if that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if that guy's supposed to be Hunter S. Thompson, or if that's like his regular clothes.
Get that guy.
No.
I think he's supposed to be.
Totally noticed too.
The good eye.
Yeah, but oh yeah, when I went home after Australia, like we posted all those pictures of us holding koala bears and stuff. And
my God!
Grandma had like somehow she figured out how to blow up the picture and print it out, but it was all skewed and like stretched out this way,
really?
so big. Like me and the koala bear were like so fat and like huge, and a picture frame like as soon as I walked in the door.
That's really funny.
I saw this hilarious picture of you holding a koala, photoshopped to be like a Tiger Beat magazine.
What? You
Yeah.
did that? I didn't see that.
I don't know who did that, but
This
that
guy
made me laugh so much.
This dude in New York did it. He
That's
put it
awesome.
up. He photoshopped like Tiger Beat.
It was perfect. It looked like it was an actual thing.
Yeah.
Who was that, Fred?
No.
Yeah. That was really funny.
Who did that?
Or that guy that came to the show in New York.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't see that.
Yeah. So you guys, you guys probably don't even see all the pictures you guys get tagged in or whatever. But I've seen some really funny pictures of Brian.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Have you seen the one of Ryan and Parker and what were they wearing? Devourment, like panties or something?
Yeah.
Like because they were doing
it's on
laundry.
Instagram.
Yeah.
We were doing laundry at my parents' house.
Relapse had like given
They
us
gave
all
us like all this
shit.
free stuff and like we.
Devourment has like
They have like
panties now.
They're like.
Or they're like booty shorts with the
They're booty
cotton
shorts.
with Devourment on the back. Yeah.
So it's like we were doing laundry and like they were all wearing that stuff in my mom's basement, my parents' basement.
That's funny. I have not seen that one.
Oh, you can.
Now I'm going to have
it's
to
on
find
Instagram.
it.
Yeah, no, it's on Instagram.
I'm going to have to find that one now because, like I said, Ryan seems like he's the one that's always doing all the mischief, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Gear-wise, your tone is one of the most asked about things on all over the internet too. Can you talk about a little bit of the gear that you use?
Just up until I just got an orange cabinet. All I've ever used is like, for the most part, just like stock Marshall cabinets. And as a Kai and I both use Mad Amps GT120s and rat pedal. We were using rat pedals forever, and then recently I've fallen down the rabbit hole of big muffs, and I'm just like obsessed with big muffs.
Any specific one you like?
Big muffs? I can't decide. I literally,
decide.
It's really,
always swapping out pedals.
I'm watching one on eBay and the auction ends in like 3 hours. So like, I literally have been like lining big muffs up and just trying to figure out which one I like the best.
Didn't you say that you sold one and then bought it back from the same guy?
I might have, like,
You liked it that much? Huh?
It's weird. Like I used rap pedal. Like we both used rap pedals forever. And then all of a sudden, like, I got a big muff, and now I'm just, like, obsessed with them. Because they all sound different. I have, there's a company called Stomp Underfoot that makes clones of them. I've been using his green one for a while. So.
I don't know if you know, but today, I think they're giving all you guys clones of the big muff.
Yeah,
right?
I got one. Yeah.
They're pretty bitchin' looking.
Yeah.
Have you gotten your hands on a a Russian one yet?
I have a
Old
couple
Russian?
of them. Yeah,
Big Muff Pie?
yeah, I have a couple. I have a couple green ones.
Okay.
So
On the self-titled, what pedal did you use?
wrap pedals. We use wrap pedals on everything except for the split that's coming with Salem's Pot. I use.
Yeah, that's some of the. Like I said, the sound of the new recording. It sounds like Windhand, but it sounds a little different.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what did you use on that?
The Stomp Underfoot. It's like a clone of a green Russian Big Muff. So actually, I don't think Ezekiah. I think Ezekiah still used his wrap pedal for that, but because he didn't have one yet. But I definitely used one.
Okay. And that's always a question that is always asked. How do you pronounce your other guitarist's first name?
Hezekiah.
Hezekiah. Okay. Yeah, I figured it would be something like that, but a lot of people always butcher his name, don't they?
Yeah.
He's got a very unique name.
Yeah. It's his sister's named after a Lord of the Rings character too.
Really?
Eowyn.
Eowyn. Yeah.
Wow, that's really rad. See, this only adds more to your mystique. You see a name like that, and you're just like, what? Yeah. So it sounds like something out of like fantasy world or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a new album on the way then. And then the split.
Hopefully.
Everyone's heard the split. It's probably one of the better releases of this year, I think.
Thank you.
So, and then a tour is coming.
February.
And then recording.
Yeah. And
then chill time. Okay.
Yeah, who knows?
Okay.
I don't know what's going on next year other than that. Like she'll probably. Are you gonna tour?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
She's
do
got a
something
record
by
coming
myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A solo record? Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably like right when we get back from the March thing.
Is it gonna be like folk music type of thing, or?
Sort of. I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's just me and an acoustic guitar, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm pretty sure that's gonna get a lot of attention. Like I said, a lot of people follow you, so. All right. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.